Hi friends, this is Carmen. Welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time here, welcome. I am going to be showing you today how to propagate Euphorbia succulents. And they are succulents, they're not cacti, and I'll explain that in just a little bit. But there are some particular things you need to know about Euphorbias to propagate them safely and effectively, okay? So let's get to it and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So this is the Euphorbia that I am going to be propagating, my Euphorbia Trigona Rubra. And it is out here on my patio 24/7. It loves the morning light, it gets direct morning sunshine, and it loves it. I've already cut this, so that's why it looks a little bit shorter, and I'll show you here in just a moment how I cut them. But this was getting very long. You can see it's still very long and very leggy. When you propagate something, when you cut something, you prompt the plant to grow more, to send out more shoots along the edges right here. And that's what this one will be doing along these cut edges right here, okay? Let me just get them here. This is one of the ones that I cut. The very top of it I cut off because it was damaged by frost and it was all, you know, disfigured and burnt. So I cut that off, and this is the bottom. You do want to make sure you know which one was the bottom piece and which one was the growing piece, okay? So you can see that I am using these little tiny tongs. These you can find at Dollar Tree, Dollar General, any place like that. And I would recommend them when working with any type of succulent or cacti that has spines, or in this Euphorbia's case, thorns. These have little thorns on them on the rims, on the edges there, that are just as sharp and pokey as cactus spines, okay? Now I also do have some gloves that I could use, but I like using these little tongs to hold it also. Now the second part that I'm going to talk to you about is inside. Now you can see right there, that's the bottom part that I'm going to be planting. All Euphorbias have a white milky substance in them. It's a little sap, like a latex sap, and that is very toxic to your skin. So as I'm showing you here in this video, when I was cutting it, I probably should have been wearing some gloves, but I wasn't. I was a little bit daring there, but I would recommend wearing some type of gloves, or maybe even putting a kitchen towel wrapped around it or something like that to hold the top portion. Make sure that you have a clean edged, nice edged scissors or clippers to cut with, and you will see the white milky substance kind of drip down. You want to have a paper towel available to set these on and to catch any sap that may be dripping down the side of the plant also. The sap can be irritating to your skin, so you want to make sure that if you do get it on your skin, you wash it off with soap and water immediately. You definitely don't want to be touching your eyes or your mouth or anything like that when you have had it in your hands, because it can be toxic to humans and pets, so you want to be careful around your pets. And this is true to every single Euphorbia, whether it's the Trigona, the false cacti that I have here, the pencil cactus, any of those. All Euphorbias have this toxic white latex, and that's pretty much the biggest thing that you need to be aware of when working with them, okay? Okay, so I'm going to use this plastic pot that I have here. I've mixed up some more succulent mix, and this is basically just repurposed soil from another plant that is still good. I added some worm castings. This also had some eggshells in it, and I added also some lava rock to it, okay? And I do have another video that I'll link down below on how I put this together and how you can get your discount on your lava rock also. So I cut these about, and these are all laying, you know, with the bottom this way. I cut these about 4 or 5 days ago, and it is what we would call hardened off or calloused over. It is hard to the touch, okay? And that's what you want. You want this bottom piece, the part that you're going to be putting in the soil, to be hardened off or calloused over, okay? This is where the roots are going to grow from, and you want it that way for your roots to develop the right way without it going into root rot, okay? So I'm going to just kind of prop these in here. You are, because these have no roots, you have to kind of set them down in there a little bit. Actually, let me put some more in here. And if you have a hard time keeping these up, you can put little chopsticks. If you order Chinese and you get some chopsticks, those are always handy to have around for plant stuff, and then just put them in here to kind of prop them up. Okay. But just kind of put them in about 1 inch down. Really, you don't need to more than that. And then just kind of tuck the soil around it. You may want to add some more. Normally when I replant a propagated plant, whether it's succulents or even tropical plants, I will water it soon after, okay? But I'm not going to in this case. How I propagate these is, once it's calloused over, I pot it up, I let it sit for another week without watering, okay? It won't hurt the euphorbia, it won't hurt the cactus, anything like that. I've done this same procedure on cactus, on succulents, on euphorbias, and it works just fine. So I'm going to wait a week to water this. At that point, I will start watering it like I normally would the mother plant here, okay, until water comes through, and I would water it the same way when it's completely dry, okay? Okay, friends, super easy to propagate euphorbias and get more free plants. Really, the main things you want to remember are the little thorns that it has. Those hurt, trust me. So you want to get something to hold it with, whether it's gloves, a kitchen towel, or the tongs like I'm using, and have paper towels with you to catch any of the white substance that comes out of it, okay? Because remember, that is toxic. You want to make sure that you know which way is the bottom portion of the cutting. Let it sit for 4 or 5 days. Make sure that it's hardened off. Put it in some dry soil. Let it sit for another week before watering, and then water it. And it will take root. It will start growing roots, and the top portions here, since all of them, these two, I did cut the top off. This one is the regular top on it. So these right here will grow little arms off of them. This one will keep growing up. okay? And you see the top of these has that burgundy rubra color on it that this particular Euphorbia is known for, okay? It will be here in my patio with the mama plant. Mama plant here. The top on all three of these has been cut, so it will also give off little arms there. And my hope is that it will get nice and full at the top end. You know, it's got a couple of little arms down here at the bottom. No, I want it nice and full and bushy, okay, with lots of arms on it. So if I can get both of these to do that, eventually I would love to put it in a bigger terracotta pot. Now the difference between these two pots that I'm going to be careful about, this is in a terracotta pot, this is in a plastic pot. I'm going to be careful about the watering on both of these. As you know, friends, terracotta evaporates water quicker. So this one may dry out quicker than the other one that has a plastic one and may stay moist longer. So they may not be on the same watering schedule. Always check your soil before you water your succulents, okay? And that will help you in not getting succulents or cacti that die because of root rot, okay? There you have it, friends. If you have any other questions on Euphorbias or propagating succulents or cacti, let me know down in the comments below. I'll be glad to answer them. I'll also link a video that I did on a Ceres cactus, San Pedro cactus that I propagated a couple of years back, and it worked out really, really well. And I'll show you some pictures of it here. My son has that one and it's still doing great, okay? So you can watch that one if you're thinking about propagating a cactus also, okay? Thanks so much, friends. I appreciate your spending some time with me this afternoon or morning, wherever the case may be. And if you enjoyed this video or this type of content, please do give it a thumbs up. Let me know down in the comments below also. And make sure that you subscribe because you don't want to miss any of these types of videos, and also the follow-up on this little guy here, and keep you updated on how it's doing, okay? Wonderful. I will see you in the next video. Have a blessed day, friends. Bye-bye now.